everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. I was supposed to edit my videos today, but I decided to do a video because I have been getting so many requests of doing Zarda or Jardo or sweet rice, and this is usually eaten with a lentil curry or dal curry, and that's actually on my menu today. And if you want to watch the dal curry, I do have one on YouTube, and I will put up a link for you guys to go to. So today we're gonna have rice, we're gonna have the sweet rice, we're gonna have the lentil curry, and then we're also going to have chapatis or rotis. And if you need to watch a detailed video how to do that, that's also on YouTube. And so before I get started, I would really like to take the time out to thank Hassan for doing this video. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I just really want to thank him for it. So now let's get started. This is going to be a very, very easy recipe, and looks like I don't have my rice here, so I'm going to go grab my rice. All right, so we've got my rice right here. All right, so what we're going to need to start off our rice, sweet rice, is going to be about 2 to 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. All right, and so here we have 2 cups of rice, and I soaked them for about an hour, and then I've already taken all the water out. And then here I have 2 to 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You can use ghee if you like. To give aroma to our rice, I have 1 cinnamon stick. I have 6 to 7 cardamom pods, and then I have 3 tablespoons of fennel seeds. Now, if you don't like fennel seeds, you can leave this out, but for me, I love fennel seeds, so I add the fennel seeds in there. We're gonna add orange coloring, food coloring to this, and that will be optional how much you put in there. And then we also are gonna be using a little bit of saffron, about maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of saffron. Here I have 1.5 cups of sugar. I have 2.5 cups of water. And then for our garnish, I have here sliced coconut. I have some pistachios, and then I have some sliced almonds. And then also in the mixture, we'll also be adding about 1 cup of slivered almonds, and then 1/2 cup of raisins. Now, I always, whenever I make my sweet rice, usually for mosque, I always add craisins in there. And I looked everywhere around the house, I don't have craisins, but the craisins just gives it a really nice flavor. It's got that little sour, a little tartness to it, so I absolutely love it. So if you want to try it with that, I would highly recommend that you try it. So, and then I also have some rose essence that we're going to be adding in there, and that is absolutely optional. So let's get started. Unsalted butter, nimak wagarnu makar. Cinnamon or taj, aki elchi or whole cardamom pods, seeds, almonds, raisins, badam, kanto drax, saffron, khan or sugar, pani ke water, rose essence, okay, gulab no essence, orange food coloring, now you want this mixture just to start starting to boil, just a little where it's got a boil. You also want to try this and make sure that it tastes good. It's got the enough sugar in it, and also it has enough rose essence in it. And then once this comes to a boil, we're gonna add our rice in there. We're gonna wait for another boil, and then we're gonna cover it and let it cook for about 10 minutes. And then we're gonna open it up and see that our rice should be done, but I will tell you exactly how long it will take. So you can see here that I added the rice in here. Now I'm just gonna wait for it to come to a second boil, and then we're gonna lower our heat and then cover it and let it cook. I'll let you know exactly how long it took for the how long it took for the rice to get done. Get to add the cardamom, so I want to add a little bit of the powdered cardamom in there, and that's totally optional, but I love anything sweet that has cardamom in it. I absolutely love it. So now we're just gonna let it come to a boil. And see here that it has come to a good boil. So now I'm just gonna reduce the heat and then cover it up. See here that our rice is completely done. So we're now going to put it in a nice serving dish, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do with it next. So I put it in a serving dish. This took about 30 minutes for it to cook. So now I have put this in a serving dish, and you can see that the rice has not broken. They're really nice and long. So now the next thing to do is I'm gonna put our fry pan back on the stove, and I'm gonna add a little bit of ghee, or if you have butter, you can put butter, just a little bit, because now we're gonna fry up the garnish. Saffron, you don't want to fry this up too much. You just want to fry it just a little bit to get our almonds really nice and toasty in here, and also cook up our coconut just a little bit. Okay, so it looks like this is done. So now I am going to go ahead and put it right on top of our rice. Oh, the house smells absolutely divine. The rose essence and and the saunf, or the cardamom, and everything that we've put in, it's amazing. So I'm gonna do a quick taste test because I'm gonna save this for our dinner. You know, when the rice gets a little crispy on the bottom, I love that. And then we've got our almonds in there. The sugar is absolutely just amazing. And then the aromatic fragrances that we put in is just super delicious. So give this recipe a try. If I didn't mention it, took about 30 minutes for the rice to cook on very, very low. You don't want to put it even medium low because it's gonna stick on the bottom. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.